Let's skip the small talk. There's something about you, something even you don't fully grasp, and no one else can really explain it either. But they feel it. The moment you walk into a room, the air shifts. People go quiet, conversations pause, eyes flicker away, smiles stiffen. And you've felt it, haven't you? It's not paranoia. It's not just your imagination running wild. It's something deeper. Your presence, your energy, your aura. And no, this isn't some mystical fluff or woo-woo spiritualism. This is psychology. Real, raw psychology. Carl Jung once said, "We all project far more than we realize." You're a mirror, and some people can't bear to look at their reflection, especially when that reflection exposes a part of them they've buried. When your energy is intense, when your shadow is alive and unresolved, it doesn't go unnoticed. People feel it, and most of the time, they can't handle it. Without meaning to, you activate their demons. You stir up the trauma they've buried, the lies they've been living, the masks they've been wearing, and your presence. It's a threat. Not because you're dangerous, but because you're real. You're not pretending. You're not trying to fit into a version of yourself that makes others comfortable. And that kind of honesty, that kind of depth, it rattles people. Ever wonder why some people back away without explanation? Why you feel like you're being pushed out even when you've done nothing wrong? Why others admire you from a distance but never come close? The answer could be right in front of you. Your aura doesn't blend in. You're not designed to be palatable or easy to swallow. And in a world addicted to surface-level comfort and predictability, that makes you a disruption, a question mark, a mystery. And mysteries scare people. The way you look, the way you stay silent, the way you see through the surface, all of it unsettles people. And it's not because you're aggressive or overbearing. It's because you refuse to be fake. Jung talked about this in his theory of the shadow. What people don't accept in themselves, they try to throw onto others. But you've met your shadow. You carry it with you. And that scares them more than anything. Today, we're going to pull the curtain back. Not just on what's happening around you, but on what's happening through you. Because this isn't just a video, it's a mirror. If you choose to keep watching, you won't see the world the same way again. And more importantly, you won't see yourself the same way again either. We're diving into the 7 subtle but powerful signs your aura intimidates people, even when you don't say a word. But we're not coming at this from the surface. We're going deep, into the unconscious, into the part of you and others that's been whispering the truth all along. Are you ready? You need to understand, this isn't just about being different. You're not just quirky or intense. You're a mirror to the parts of others they've tried to bury. And being a mirror is hard, because what you reflect isn't always beautiful. Sometimes it's painful, sometimes it's ugly. Sometimes it's exactly what someone has spent their whole life trying to avoid. And when they see that in you, they don't blame the mirror, they blame you. This is why you walk into a room and tension rises. Why someone might give you a strange look, even though you've said nothing. It's not about what you did, it's about what you represent. You are a walking reminder of truth in a world that survives on denial. You've probably tried to make sense of this. Maybe you thought you were just too much, too serious, too quiet, too honest. So you tried to tone it down, soften your energy, smile more, speak less, disappear a little. But the reaction didn't change. Because it's not what you do, it's what you are. And that can't be dimmed. Because when you've gone through your own darkness and made peace with it, when you've stopped running from your past, your pain, your truth, it shows. Even if you never speak about it, even if you stay silent, that kind of self-awareness, that kind of stillness, hits people in a way they don't expect, and a lot of them just aren't ready for it. Some people will admire it, but from a safe distance. They'll watch, but never engage. Some will try to challenge it, as if testing your silence can restore their control. Others will misunderstand it entirely. They'll call it arrogance, coldness, intimidation. But you know better. Your energy doesn't come from pride, it comes from clarity, from having faced your own fire and walked out stronger, not bitter. There's a reason conversations shift when you walk in. Why people suddenly talk less or start choosing their words carefully. Why the smiles feel tighter, the tone more nervous, the small talk even more awkward. You're not just there, you're felt. Not because you're trying to be powerful, but because you're not hiding. And here's where it gets even deeper. Jung describes something close to what you embody, the enlightened outcast, the one who's gone inward for answers and now finds it hard to play the game on the outside. You feel more. You notice what others miss. You read between the lines, sense the undercurrents in the room, and hear what's not being said. And that level of awareness, it isolates you, because the more you see, the less you can ignore. The more you feel, the harder it is to fake a smile or laugh at things that don't really matter. You don't judge people for their masks, but your presence makes them feel unmasked. And people don't like that. They cling to their illusions because illusions feel safe. But your energy, your aura, disrupts all of that. Still, it doesn't just repel, it pulls. And that's the strange paradox. You make people uncomfortable, yes, but they're also drawn to you. Because truth, no matter how raw, is magnetic. Your presence makes people feel something real in a world that feels mostly fake. And they don't know whether to run from it or chase it. Some will try to be close to you, but never fully open up. Others will admire you, then criticize you, because you stirred something in them they didn't want to feel. It's a constant back and forth, wanting to be near you, but scared of what that proximity might reveal about themselves. You awaken them, and awakenings are rarely gentle. And now, here's the twist that hurts the most. You thought for years that you were the problem. You blamed yourself for not fitting in, for not connecting easily, for being too different. You tried to mold yourself, to fit the script, to be more digestible, but nothing worked, because it was never about what you lacked. It was about what others couldn't face. The truth is, you weren't too much. You were simply surrounded by people who weren't ready for your depth. And once you realize that, everything changes. So now the question isn't what's wrong with me, it's what am I going to do with this? Because that aura you carry, that presence, that depth, that intensity, is not a flaw. It's not a mistake. It's your power. But like any power, it can be used the right way, or the wrong way. And here's the trap that catches even the strongest souls. Once you understand the weight your energy carries, you might be tempted to use it for control, for attention, for manipulation, to make others depend on you, crave you, fear losing your approval. That's not strength. That's ego pretending to be enlightenment. And once you go down that road, you lose everything. Because the point of this inner awareness isn't domination, it's transformation. The purpose of your intensity is to expand, to evolve, to grow, not to impress. Your aura should not become a cage you put others in. If it doesn't make you freer, it's not power, it's just performance. You weren't born to be worshipped. You were born to be real, to live from your core, not from the image others project onto you. To embody truth, not just speak it. And to stand tall, not above others, but fully as yourself. So, if you're starting to realize that people pull away not because you're wrong, but because you're real, then here's your next step. Don't shrink. Don't soften. Don't hide your intensity just to be more likable. The world doesn't need more people trying to blend in. It needs more people who stand in their truth, with shadows included. That's what Jung meant when he talked about individuation, the journey of becoming fully yourself, not half of you, not the version that makes everyone comfortable, but you, with your scars, your silence, your insight, your sensitivity, and yes, your intimidating aura. And if you're still here, still watching, still listening, then it's because something in you already knew all of this. Maybe you've felt it for a long time, but didn't have the words. Now you do. And now, something even more important. You are not alone. There are more of us than you think. People who don't play by the script. People who no longer care about fitting in. People who embrace the discomfort of truth. And here, in this space, we don't pretend. We see each other. So, if this message has stirred something in you, leave a comment below that says, "My shadow is not my enemy, it is my guide." That way I'll know you're not here for small talk. You're here for something real. And before I go, understand this. Silence can be just as loud as words. Your presence speaks volumes, even when you say nothing. The weight of your truth, the intensity of your gaze, the depth of your calm, these things don't need to be explained. They're felt, and they leave a mark. So, disappear now, not to escape, but with intention. Let your silence carry meaning. Let your aura do the talking. Let your truth echo long after this video ends. Because when the world is ready to see clearly, it will look for those who never stopped seeing. And when it does, it will find you. Until then, stand firm. Be real. Let your shadow walk beside you, and never apologize for the power you didn't ask for, but were born to carry. If you haven't already, subscribe, share this message with someone who needs it, and stay part of this space, where the real ones gather. No masks, no noise, just truth. I'll see you next time, or rather, you'll feel me, in the silence, in the truth you're finally ready to face.